I am refusing to change my stance on kids after my wife gave me an ultimatum. My wife and I have been together since about a year after high school, and from the beginning I was clear, I don't want kids. That has never changed. I am 27 male, and she is 26 female. She actually agreed with me the whole time. We talked about it a lot over the years, including before we got married, and she was always on the same page. So I felt like we were solid on that. Recently she told me she now wants kids. That caught me completely off guard. When I reminded her of everything we had talked about before, she said she thought I would eventually change my mind. We tried to talk about it, but it turned into a pretty rough conversation fast. Instead of talking it through, she basically told me that if I don't agree to have kids, she would consider divorce or finding someone else who will. That really messed with me. It didn't feel like a discussion about our future. It felt like I was being told to either change something I've always been firm on or lose my marriage. Since then, I don't really feel secure in the relationship the same way anymore. It feels like something pretty big was just dropped on me after years of thinking we were on the same page. I've also worked pretty hard on myself over the years. I got sober from alcohol 3.5 years ago, and been dealing with a lot of childhood stuff from a pretty bad relationship with my father. I've built better coping skills and stability for myself since then. And part of that is knowing my limits and what I can realistically handle. I've explained why I don't want kids, both mentally and financially, and that hasn't changed for me. I even said I was open to revisiting the conversation after we buy a house and get more stable. But right now it feels like it's being framed as a now or never situation. I get that people can change their minds, and I'm not saying she's wrong for wanting kids now. I just don't know if I'm wrong for standing my ground and feeling like this was unfair and kind of sudden. Update. 9 days later. A few days after I made this post, things escalated even more. My wife started sending me listings for huge houses, literally across the country. Like giant family homes with big yards. She kept saying stuff like, imagine having a kid running around this yard with a dog. And trying to paint this whole picture of a completely different life. I asked her why she was suddenly looking at houses thousands of miles away when my entire family and support system is here. That's when she told me she has apparently never been happy where we live, and hasn't been happy here since she was a kid. She said she doesn't think she'll ever be happy or successful if she stays here. That conversation hit me almost harder than the kids' conversation did. Because from my perspective, we actually do have stability here. Our families are here. My career is here. My support system is here. And as someone who has been sober for 3.5 years, that stability matters a lot to me. I've worked extremely hard to build a life that keeps me grounded and healthy. We sat down again and had a long talk. Although honestly it was mostly me talking while she sat there quietly. I told her that while I hadn't spent much time thinking about having a child, I had spent a lot of time thinking about the ultimatum she gave me. I told her I couldn't get past the fact that she admitted she expected me to eventually change my mind all along, despite me being upfront from the very beginning. I also told her that hearing her say she'll never be happy here made me realize, I don't think I can be with someone who feels permanently unhappy, no matter how hard we try to build a good life together. I've spent years trying to improve myself, heal from my past, get sober, and build stability. I'm not willing to throw away my career, leave my friends and family, move across the country, and risk my sobriety for a future I never wanted in the first place. I ended up asking her for a divorce. That's when she completely broke down, crying, and admitted she didn't mean the ultimatum. She said she thought if she pushed hard enough, I'd be too scared to lose her, and would just agree to have a kid to keep the marriage. That hurt. Because, at that point, it stopped feeling like a disagreement about kids, and started feeling like manipulation. I still love her, and I understand people can change. But I don't know how I'm supposed to feel secure with someone who admitted they hid something this important before. Marriage, because they hoped I'd eventually cave under pressure later. Turns out being almost on the same page about life is kind of like they say close enough only works for horseshoes and hand grenades. Loaded hash browns with white bread while out to breakfast with my dad, because fuck trying to be healthy when my life is literally falling apart around me. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.